Hello and welcome everybody to the Dyson Sphere Program. We're starting off on our first episode and we're going to get started here. Now, I've already recorded one episode. Hello, kitten. Please move. I've already recorded this episode, but I've already recorded this episode once before, but I really didn't like how it turned out. So I've got all the resources that we used, and so I'm just going to kind of go through what we did, and I'm going to just reset it up, kind of explain it. It'll sound a lot better. Trust me, that last episode was not great. So anyways, let's get started. So what we want to do here is we need the first things that we need to produce when you're starting off in this game is these blue electromagnetic matrices. These require some of these magnetic coils and circuit boards. Those take the magnets, copper and iron and copper, which comes from copper ore. So we got to get this all set up in a way that is efficient and makes sense. So right now I've got two miners. Each of these are going to be spitting out 3 iron per second. So let's get these hooked up. So I can take this out and we'll move it here. And we can go here. And let's also come directly out of here. And do something like this. And then maybe we can just do straight on through. And I think I'm going to have to combine these two here. Boom. So now we'll have both of these putting on. As soon as our little guys get them, this will combine, and it should. So now, like I said, these were coming out, spitting out at 3 meters per or 3 items per second, and these transport at 6 per second. So the hope is that now they're going to be completely overloaded right at the beginning because they're going to be full. But once we get it all squared away, they're going to be producing a perfect line. Full line. So now let's take this and let's just bring it right along here. And we're going to need to now turn this into the iron and the magnetic coils. So we're going to need 6 of these because it produces, we're getting 6 a second, and these do 1 per second. So 1, 2, 3, let me put a small gap, 4, 5, 6, so I can put a energy thing there. And we're going to have 2 of these be the magnetic coils, or the magnets, and the rest be iron. So these, I will have these probably, where do I want to send this? I've got the copper right here. So I had it set up over here. I think that's probably a good idea. So let's have the iron and the copper. Yeah, we'll just pull it along this way. So we'll just do something like this. And how about just like that? For now, because we're going to be pulling off of this iron as well as... actually, hold on. Let's cancel that. We don't need to take this all the way over there to do everything that we need to with it. We can do a lot of what we need to over here. And if we need to send it further, we will. So for these, let's take... because we're going to have the 2 magnetics. And that'll go like that. And then we'll have the 4. We'll also have these spit out right there. Maybe. Just maybe. We can take... so we'll take our magnets. It's just magnets. I don't know why I'm calling them magnetics. But if I do something like this, I can actually, we can actually have it set up a bit more compact. Yeah, let's do that. So because we're going to be using both of these, and we're going to be using 3 of these, what I'll do is we'll just turn them into, we'll just have it spit directly into the assembly machines. So now we're going to be bringing these magnetic coils, because these are what are going to be used for creating the magnetic rings, which we need for those blue things. And then we're also going to be doing, that is going to be gears. And these are going to be the circuit boards. So now, let's set that. So this is going to be, now we need to do the copper. So we'll do the exact same thing with the copper. So I'm going to get these, oh whoops. I'm going to get this set up with these 2 lines. So now that we've got the copper and the iron being produced, and we've got the copper going right next to the assemblers, we're going to be able to produce the complex parts, the circuit boards, and the these, and the magnetic rings. So let's get the connectors set up for that coming off of this. So we'll just use this, push that in there. That doesn't need it, and this one goes to there. We actually don't need this to go. Or actually, we do, because what we're going to do is we will take this, and that's going to continue off, and this will be our copper line, and then we'll also have this right here as our iron line. Or, yeah, it's probably better. We can just do that. So that's our 1 iron a second off of here. That's extra. These are not connected. Okay. And then back here, so each one of these we want on a separate line. Now, what I also want is I'm going to want to split both of these in half. Because we want half of them for the blue matrix, and then we want the other half to just go to where we'll be using them for future projects. Okay, so with that, we will need, for, since we're not going to be using these first, let us have this be the furthest out. No, I think I'm going to have this be the closest, because it can be the most compact, because we're not using it. And then where am I going to send this bus? Let me just pull it this way, because we're going to have all of these right here. And then for here, we'll have this. And for here, we'll have, actually, we'll do this, because it'll make it better on the pull out, because the actual transfer things, they take a second to move the items from one spot to another. So we'll put all 3, because it'll help speed up the transfer, because these are going to be making 2 a second, and these can't pull out 2 a second. Alright, I've got to, my ship is going to die here soon, so I'm going to throw these on, and hopefully that'll help us out for a little bit. I'm going to also put that in there too, just for help. Alright, that's a lot of things, but now we've got it, so we've got the circuit boards pulling out, the iron gears pulling out, and the what's it called, pulling out. So now what we're going to want to do is split these up. So we're going to need a little bit more room. So let me delete this actually, and just give this the room it needs, because it would have actually, you know what? Let's do this. we can be a bit smarter about how we do things here. And take this one, pull this here and here, and take this even further back to here, and split them. So now we're going to use the logistics splitters. So I need to go grab those because I didn't actually put them in my inventory. Okay, so now that we've got our splitters finished, we can slap these down here and there. And what these allow us to do, these are sweet. So these will split the items evenly, and since these are getting 2 a second, it's going to create a 1 a second and a 1 a second. So we're going to send this one this way and this one this way. That's ridiculous. So this one that way. And then same thing goes for this one. We're going to do the same idea. But we're going to go over. There we go. But it works like that. Don't ask me why. So now we've got our 2 lines here. And we also have that. And that. I feel like I'm missing one. I am. I cut it off. And this one. Boom. Boom. Alright, perfect. So we've got all of our lines set down. Now, what we should be getting is 2 of these a second, which is 1 a second, and 1 a second. And then if we look at the research thing, and we look at how much, not this, if we look at these components right here, these blue matrices, it takes 1 and 1 a second, or it takes 1 magnetic ring in 1 circuit board every 3 seconds to make 1 matrix. So we could have 3 of these going because we are getting 1 of these a second, not 1 every 3 seconds. So let's get that set up. And I think what I want to do now, the other thing about that is we need to do the actual research. So where are those? So let's place this, both of these, and we're gonna just boom, 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 and boom, boom, boom. So what I'm actually gonna do now, I'm probably gonna change this right after this episode, to be completely honest. And the reason for that is I don't need blue research anymore. Okay, well, these are the ones that we're going to be putting it in. And because I don't need blue research anymore, we're going to need to move these around so that I can get... Alright, give me 1 second, I need to get coal. Alright, and we're back. And so we're going to be drawing from here. And then we're going to... Actually, let me... I'm not exactly sure which one of these producers will draw more in. But, I don't like it. I think it sometimes creates... What is going on here? It causes some problems if you don't have if you only have one of these little grabber things. So I like to try to have two. Sorry, that took a long time. Sometimes it causes problems to only have one of these little grabber guys. So I try to bring this, that's why I brought this around and put two of these on so that I can have two from each one of these conveyors. Make sure that they're pumping in. Alright, so now the last thing that needs to happen for this is to plug it into power. So let's do that. Now this is hooked up to the big power grid that we've got over there. Let me throw this there. Boom. All that's powered. Let me throw this here. And there. Boom. 3 power poles. Oh, and one of them is not powered. Can I place... I feel like I can place that one there. Dismantle that one. Place it there. Nope. Alright, and now we need to select this, tell it to make that, and then select this, and tell it to make that. And then, oh wait, can't put that there. I can put it here though. And then we need to take the grabber guys, because we'll be doing 3 a second, because there's 3 on top of each other. Boom, boom, boom. Dumping them right in there. Cool. And for the final thing, we just gotta hook up. Let me put these dumping out. Boom. Alright, so we are back and everything is running quite well. It looks like we've got, right now we've got one of these working, and hopefully we'll start to see more of them turn on. I think we will. It's just going to need to take a second to start pumping these. Let's see here. Lack of material. I don't know. I don't know why. Insufficient power supply. So, we'll have to get more power up and running. Right now we just have these going. So it's not running at 100% max capacity. And also we don't have any active research for it to go to do. But that should be running perfectly now with all the ratios. And then we're sending one of each of these things out per second, so we can take advantage of that in the next episode. I think the next thing that we need to automate, which will probably be our next thing, is doing these electric motors. That'll be probably the last thing we can automate on these nodes. And then we'll need to look into some more higher tier stuff, start working on these red energy matrices, which takes the graphite and hydrogen, which hydrogen you get from, who knows, this plasma refinery. So we need to do oil. So we got a lot of stuff to look forward to in the next episode. If you guys did enjoy this episode and want to see more like it, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you guys want to catch my live streams, be sure to hit that bell notification. Look, we're getting the second one going, and eventually I'm sure we'll get the third. But yeah, so if you guys did enjoy the video, please hit the like button. Other than that, have a great day, and goodbye.